Sure. That deck doesn't count. Deck doesn't count. This deck counts. This Death Knight deck counts.
Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge.
This route seems too slow. It's deck sidekick. Peasant can be good, but I think I'm still gonna pick Bone Mare. We'll get there one day. Darkfall unlocks us to 1 blood, but I like having 1 blood, personally. There's 1 blood again, but here's 1 unholy. And Possessed Fire is so good. Noxious Cadaver's really good, actually. But Possessed Fire is even better. All right, we got 1 blood, we got 1 unholy. Are we gonna get... we were talking yesterday about the triple rune. 1 blood, 1 unholy, 1 frost. Which seems to be working out. But I've never done it. Because I keep getting offered a 2-rune card that I want. Another Bone Mare. This pick's really terrible. Look how bad this is. 0709. Guess I'm taking Northshire Farmer, although you could, I don't know. You could, like, Bone Mare a Street Trickster. Actually, I do have the attack buff. Another Possessifier, sweet. See, like, here it again, you know, do I want this 2 Unholy Rune card? Sure. So we're not gonna get single Frost, which means we're not gonna get AoE. But, I think that's still how it's gonna be. Because the year is 2007! We just played, I isolated, John. On a channel point reward today. For people just, you know, they can make me play it. Make me play the clip. Let's see. Skulker versus Blooded Knight. Blood has some AoE. Not, well, yeah, Corpse Explosion. Is Corpse Explosion 1 or 2 runes, though? I feel like it's 2 runes, and Blood Boil is also 2 runes. I don't think Single Blood has AoE. Is Corpse Explosion 1 rune? Can't remember. I'll take Skulker here. I like Blade Knight, though. Swamp Dragon Egg works with Bone Mares and the Dark Fallen, but I still don't think I'm going that direction. Army of the Dead is super, super, super sweet. They really reduced the offer rate on this card. 3rd Possessifier. Deathbringer is good, and they even buffed it, but I think Possessifier is better, even though it costs less runes. Or requires less runes. Wild Pyro over Doppelgangster, although Doppelgangster has some minor synergy with Dark Fallen. They keep offering me this Deathbringer, and this one I'll take. This one I'll take. I took Possessifier last time. We're getting offered rune cards, though. You know, our last Death Knight, or actually our last 2 or 3 Death Knights, we've only gotten like 5 cards, maybe, that have runes on them at all. Gotten more than that already, and we're less than halfway through the deck. I don't think I like Anti-Magic Shell, personally. I'm gonna take Shopkeep. These all have some validity to them, though. Anti-Magic Shell would work with Possessifier and Army of the Dead to a degree. I still don't think I like it, though. It's just not worth 3 mana. Give me in your hand, attack equals means attack, but I think Graveyard Shift is just really kind of nuts. I do need a 2 more than a 3, though. Graveyard Shift can power up Army of the Dead right away, but we can kind of do that with Specifier too. Corpse and Blood Boil are both 2 blood, yeah. Because you get the army, that's good, yeah. I do need a 2 more than a 3, but I think the 3 is better than the 2. I'm gonna still take Graveyard Shift. I'm hoping we can fix our... Wow, 4th Possessifier. 4th Possessifier. It's a beast. For Northshire Farmer? I don't think I care. Is Graveyard Shift better than the draw power from Chillfall and Baron? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's stronger immediately, but this deck has a pretty low curve overall, sort of. I might need the draw power. I don't know, maybe I just want sticking on board to be our win condition. This card's really nice. So long as we got no Acolyte access. It's true, we have no Acolyte access. This card's good, though. I took the draw power. Ooh, no muncher. No muncher, sweet. Death Strike, sweet. Corporal, sweet. Death Speaker, sweet. I like Sentinel too, but I'm gonna take Death Speaker in this deck. Death Strike, sweet. Body Bagger, it's fine. Nubian Swarm Guard has very positive synergy with Neophyte in particular. I don't think I want Goldshire, no. Sure. Alright, there you go. There you go. That's as close as you're gonna get to like a New Year's celebration on Star Trek. Yeah, if it's Invincible, super tempting. I mean, we got a billion undead in this deck. I think we're taking Scourge, like for sure, but I will glance at the win rates in Hearthstone replay just to have curiosity. Extra life save Q. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he just came back for Picard last year. They did Q in Picard season 2. So yeah, John Delancey. John Delancey is absolutely alive. Scourge, he's 12 wins. Yeah, Scourge, 72% played win rate. Invincible, 70% played win rate. Pretty close. Pretty close. I think we'll still take Scourge. Furious Etten versus Argus. I'm gonna take Argus, especially with how sticky the deck is. Another Death Strike. Never run out of health. Sarnite Chain Gang works a little bit with Neophyte. Take Death Strike. Don't think we have dragons for Amber Whelp. Just take another Skulker. I need 2 anyway. And Dark Transformation's not really a 2, but it's a sweet card. I'm gonna take it over Champ. Champ does work in this deck, though, with some cards like Possessifier in particular. I like Dark Transformation. Alright, deck is almost all golden, except for a second Bone Mare that's missing, which I don't want to craft because it's a common, and we're getting all the golden commons that have wild bundles. So, we just need to wait for the next golden whale bundle. Alright, I mean, wow, a lot of, whew. It's good luck we deserve it. Our last, 5 or 6 drafts have not gone well. Wait, was there a beast? Where, are you looking for Northshire synergy? Bone Mare's a beast. Bone Mare's a beast. Shuffle some 3/3 Bone Mares into your deck, I guess. Non-scrollable deck list. Oh yeah, there's enough dupes. There's enough dupes to not have a scroll bar. That's kind of rare too. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I wish we had one more Gnome Muncher. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain though when we have 4 Possessifiers. And, we've also got 3 Death Strikes, so hopefully the Gnome Muncher lifesteal is not that necessary. Alright, well, looks like a sweet deck. I sure hope it works out. Steve, can someone explain how that works to someone who's never watched Star Trek? They're literally gods in the lore. Yeah, like Tri says, they aren't technically gods, they're magic aliens. But Q is way, way, way up on the power scale. Q effectively considers himself a god. And he has godlike powers. He can just snap his fingers and do pretty much anything. He can move people around in time, he can move people across the galaxy, he can make things out of thin air. He's about as close to a god as you're gonna get on Star Trek. Including the time they met God. But it wasn't really God, it was another space alien. I think we mulligan harder for 2s here, because we don't have many 2s, but we got a lot of 3s. That's a prediction. Well, I mean, the deck is strong enough. The deck is strong enough, but our results have been bad enough. I'm still not going to say, is this a 12? If you do want to do a prediction, we'll say, is this a 9? Is this a 9? Higher than 7, but not quite 12. Yeah, you get 2 minutes if you want to risk any channel points on will this go 9. This is God. Free Jones. So the ones that can stop Q or others of his kind, pretty much. Let's see, I'm scrolling up. Is John Delancey alive? Yes, he is. We're still to take the fantasy woman. Miss Pandemonium says Azalina. Yeah, I didn't even realize she was there. I was drinking the Scourge Ryan sub. I'm glad I took the Scourge. I didn't even see your message, Quantum. I didn't even see your message, Quantum, but I got what you wanted.
Strictly.
There it is. There's the Scourge. Not sure if I mentioned, by the way, John there. It's John, streams Hearthstone Arena. Check out John if you're not. You can also check out Thrifty Amble there. Playing a variety of things. Put Scourge Death Knight into the title. Legendary Scourge Death Knight. No benefit to the battle cry here, but I'm not gonna just hero power. It's about to be sure. Let's sure that we're cross when they come streams for a long period of time. Kappa, is that sure? Last time the Quan was in a stream was in 2007. Holy cow! Now, actually, yeah, we haven't seen Quantum in chat since December 18th. Actually, it's true. Hope you had some good holidays. Happy holidays.
Always gets the scoop.
Jim from Blue to explain where's our last leaderboard. Sort of yes, mostly no. The sort of yes is that they did there was a message on Twitter. There was a message on Twitter saying they knew they were behind and that they would have something in 2023 that they were going to talk about sometime after the new year. Which sounded almost ominous. Because it wasn't, you know, we're going to get that out in the new year. It said we'll talk about it in the new year. So, I don't know about all that, but there was a little bit of a statement on it. They said they were aware they're behind.
Wrong guy, pal.
Let's eat.
Got this other possessifier, but I think I want to look at this.
Beyond belief.
I can be very
Beyond belief. Yeah, that's a show. That's a show with the guy who played Riker. Revamp New Year. Man, that's one thing that people like, you know, are like, yeah, we need an arena revamp. I'm like, no, please. What if they ruin it? I've enjoyed Arena for 8 years, and Arena revamp might break it forever. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson when I played Star Wars Galaxies. They did a revamp on that game, and it changed it from one of my favorite games ever to garbage. Don't trust them not to break it. This is more shut down, or hey, it's always a fear too. I don't know what we'll do if that happens, you know. Stream duels? I don't know. It's like, how do I keep the stream alive if they shut down Arena, you know? If I go and try to stream variety stuff, you know, we're gonna lose 75%, 70 to 80% of our viewers. Maybe I could build back up, but man, be debilitating. A caravan, Fall New Vegas, here we come. You said full motion video, but I know what you meant.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor witch.
Just endless 1-1s facing them down. Endless 1-1s. He said, what games besides Genshin are you playing off stream? Boy, it's pretty much just Genshin right now, isn't it? I did play, you may have seen me mention Leif, because I played a couple of clips, but I did play like three or 4 hours of the game Dragon Ball. I think it's Dragon Ball Superheroes. off stream, which is it's an arcade port, so it's just full of a billion over-the-top animations. And they get very repetitive, which I knew, but it was also $4. I've already got $4 of enjoyment out of it. I don't know if there's anything else I've been playing off stream. It's just been, very busy with the holidays. I'm behind on non-video game stuff, you know what I mean? So, yeah. See if we get a bone there. We don't.
I can be very
Such glory. Strictly.
Yeah. Have you tried Genshin on mobile? Don't know if you see one, know if it's good on there. I think it's fine. I think it's fine, but I've never done it. I've literally never done it. It's I've seen clips. I've seen clips of the mobile version, and
The streets are not safe.
it's not quite as pretty as on PC. It's a little more blocky, a little lower resolution textures. I mean, it still looks good. It does. It's just it doesn't look as good as on PC. And it's a full 3D game, right? So you're playing with like a virtual joystick, and I don't like that particularly. I want to play with mouse and keyboard. So I've never tried it. I know people do. And it's a really full-featured game to have on mobile, but I've never tried it personally. There's a chance rate bug for Warlock Legendaries. You got 5 in your last trip and 2 in your current draft. If it is, I haven't heard about it. Red alert on screen. Good luck, number 1. And then George Takei shows up. Right? I want to just play Scourge, but... Something to want is pretty good, too. So we got that, Mercenaries thing. They're doing a big Mercenaries update, supposedly. Supposedly in the next few months. Alright, definitely dedicate this win to Jensen with 5 gifted subs. Also, thank you, Restoration with 26. Actually, didn't I get to dedicate the 1 win of the last deck to Restoration? Yeah, big thank you, Jensen with 5 gifted subs. Getting the golden gift badge. It's the first gifted subs of the year. Automatic gold. Okay, 1 win. 1 win and a very annoyed Demon Hunter. Please not Kripp about the update. Space.
Arthas versus Lunara. The forest fights back.
There's Mr. Jimmy here to see shiny legit card. Well, there it is. You get to see it. You get to see it. You don't get to see it played. You get to see it. I'm legitimately considering keeping my opening hand. I don't know. It could be a mistake. It goes fast.
The sea floor be its own treasure.
Could trade that shopkeep, but I think I actually want it.
Don't let the holidays distract you.
Its own treasure.
TrumpSC could get the 1-1 on the board the previous turn if I traded the hero power instead of trading a 1-1. You're right. You're absolutely right. So do I want a wild pyro? Yeah. I'm ever slightly too scared that they're gonna drop like a Power of the Wild if I don't just do this right away, but I don't get to use the coin mana.
The rage. It claims me.
There's no trade? No, because I think I still want the rush available.
Ain't much, but it's honest work.
Could just rush that 4-2. As a GG, I hope you're right. I mean, between, you know, the Swarm Guard slow him down a little and the Possessifier clean him up, it looks really, really, really solid here in our favor. We just use the Death Strike. Lost the value with Bone Mare. You plan ahead. Too far ahead. Out of my feet! Yeah, it becomes like an anime voice tune thing. It's just like, you know... I like the idea that Arthas is just like, you know, at last I am part of the Hearthstone game. At last I can unleash my armies upon my unsuspecting victims. Go, my minion!
Out of my field!
Oh. You don't leave a note about it. That's why you always leave a note. A couple cards might actually hurt me here, but most of the time this works out really well. Most of the time. That's the best thing about streamers having good / above average decks. They can go 10, 0 plus. With that, you can see other crazy decks, which is entertaining. It often is. It often is. Yeah, my trusted servant. Walk over it. Followed me since Lordaeron. He's quite evil, I assure you. What do you have to say? I milk my cows before 4 a.m. That's not healthy for the cows. They should let the cows sleep until at least dawn. You see the evil? Ooh.
Pay up or get out. Just buy something.
Just a drop. Would I lie? Just a drop.
I see think about that Death Knight email like you did with Demon. I was thinking about it a little bit. I guess it would be very similar to, it would be save Death Knight and save Sephiroth at the same time, because it would just be me with like white hair, right? I was thinking about it a little bit.
King's honor, friend.
Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
Can't win them all.
Was Happy New Year? Chat and say. Have a safe and enjoyable evening last night. 2023 is gonna be above average, you think? Now, do you mean 2 wins, no loss? And do you mean above average in the scale of human history? Do you mean above average in the scale of the average lifespan of people on Twitch? Do you mean above average versus the last, like, 4 years? There's a lot of things you could mean there.
Torment.
Last 4 years. Okay. Well, I hope you're right. Well, I hope you're right. The lower bar. It's a lower bar than some of the other time scales, maybe.
Holidays distract you.
I mean, John's linking me Photoshop pictures with Command and Conquer Red Alerts, you know? When did the first Red Alert come out? Is that like, what? Maybe 97? Actually, I should have taken a break after that game, it turns out.
Can't be good.
Yep, 96, so yeah, like 96 through 98, you know? StarCraft was coming out, Warcraft 2 was coming out, Red Alert was coming out. These were better times. Watch Scourge be at the bottom when we really do need it, instead of the last couple of games where I haven't needed it. Probably right. Probably right. Probably true.
They ever get out just my song!
23 is greater than the previous average. There's a Final Fantasy 7 coming out. There you go. There you go. Final Fantasy 7 of 9. That, you know, I don't know if the, you know, they did a bunch of Star Trek games back in the day. They make hardly any Star Trek games now, but they did a bunch back in the day. And they're... I'm trying to think, did they ever do like a turn-based RPG Star Trek thing? Not that I can recall. Be kind of fun though, maybe.
Intel acquired.
So the Deathbringer counts as its own corpse. So this does work in theory. It was about 99. No, 99 was the end of the good times. Because in 99, Star Wars The Phantom Menace came out, and Jar Jar was unleashed upon the world, and it's never been the same since. So yeah, no. 96, 97, 98. Those were the good years. Those were the good years. That 3-year time span. And if you're too young to have experienced those years, which a lot most people on Twitch are, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. You missed it. You missed your chance. You missed the only good years. Well, I do Death Speaker. This will go to 2-1. This will go to 2-3. I'll still have the 3-2. Maybe. It's the only mana efficient play is to get Possessifier down early, though. I guess I'll do the only mana efficient play.
Be very persuasive.
I am gonna go face with the 2-1, which lets him like ping it, but you know, I've got so many 1 health minions that I'm a lot more scared of an AoE than I'm a ping.
Let the pain speak to me. My shield for Argon.
Shit, it says they were 7 fan as a kid. This D8 was your favorite because the cheese, the love story. Now you're grown up, you think the tragic story of 10 makes it your favorite. I think 7 is still my favorite because I just love the setting. I just love the setting, and you know, I still, you know, silly as they are, you know, I still just love like the Buster Sword. The Gunblade, a Squall is kind of cool, but you know, I still just like the Buster Sword. You know, this sword that's bigger than a person. You know, doesn't get tired. Ice Barrier?
Would I lie?
Alright, well, so they get the Ice Barrier, which gives them a little more time, and the time will help them if they have, like, a Flame Strike. If you pause the right mode, you can actually see Wrath of Khan briefly.
I have things you never knew you wanted.
Is that a quote from somewhere, or is it just John being John? There it is. We truly are. We truly are the Wrath of Khan.
You win this.
Oh, right. 3 wins, no loss for this excellent Death Knight draft. One more time, thank you, gents, with the 5 gifted subs. We do, like I said, speaking of pausing things at the right moment, we do need to take a 3-minute break. But if you drop a lightsaber and land straight, what happens? And Now, John says it turns off. Is there any counterexample to that in the movies? But John is right that typically when a lightsaber is released, it does turn off. It's like it detects grip pressure type thing, which is true. But if you somehow kept it on, then yeah, it would. I suppose that somebody, Lyra told me Rick and Morty did this recently, apparently, but it would theoretically just like keep tumbling until it reaches the core of a planet. Theoretically. Back in 3 minutes. This is fun fact. Both Sith and Jackets are turning off your lightsaber in a fight. To evade blocks of berries, super dishonorable, right? You know, they
Awaits you.
They did in Last Jedi, right?
Endless torment.
Didn't they do it in Last Jedi? They did something similar in Last Jedi, but it's something that comes up much more frequently in fan fights than in real Star Wars fights. They may have done it in Fallen Order as well. I think they may have done it in Fallen Order. It's something that is typically avoided. Keep an eye on the mirror. Maybe. Nah. I don't think I should. Good kick. Open the way. This is, what about, like, the temperature increasing as the lightsaber falls and potentially shorting out the electronics, just destroying them? Well, that's possible. That's possible. I'm not sure what point that would happen with pressure and stuff, but...
All ends with death.
You're not getting it back, though.
Strictly.
Yeah, so fresh.
And this is...
Hey,
Scourge. It's quite amazing. Like one of those motion pictures. Yep. The motion picture, even.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Yeah, so fresh.
I'm very wide on board. Actually, I think this should have been in the middle. Works better with Direwolf, because Direwolf doesn't interact with Reborn very well.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Argus here is not bad.
My shield for Argus.
It's going to be okay.
And Jed says the opponent has a nerd name. Is that an actual science thing, or it's just something I'm not recognizing? It's extremely potent poison found in the liver and sex organs of some fish. Oh, this is the, is this the... No, is this the pufferfish? This is the pufferfish toxin? I was gonna say, if I scroll down to the pop culture, it might mention the Simpsons Fugu episode. TrumpSC Glavy, by the way, who says...
It's going to be okay.
Into the breach!
Happy New Year.
It's going to
Time
be
is
okay.
against me.
Yeah, we drafted a deck last night, Glavy, that I thought was gonna do all right, but it didn't. We got one win, but this is the first draft of 2023, and this draft is good. So hey, hopefully starting things right. 3-0. Hoping we get above 7 at the minimum. And shuffle 3 wolves that farmer. Huh? A low roll there, that's good. That's what it was a priest deck. It was a priest deck, but had, you know, 3 Nerubians discover a spell, and it had some other nice stuff. Thought it would work. Didn't work. Didn't work. Got wrecked.
A willing donor.
So this goes there. Maybe this goes there. This go there.
It's going to be okay.
Finally, my ancestors are useful.
Actually, was the farmer up against garbage? I think it was literally garbage. As close as you can get. I think it was the 3 mana 0/7 with spell damage, and the 4 mana 0/9 with taunt. So it was 2 0 attack minions. So yeah, it was not an optimal pick. You can do 2 and 4 and 2 and then 5 here and clear them up.
Will the vision not guide me?
Oh no, wait, I can't do 2 there. Won't be in the right position. Okay, I can do... Then what am I doing? Am I considering trading this? Because we do really need to find some of our better cards like Possessive Fire and Scourge. Pretty desperately.
No tip.
Get the Gnome Muncher, okay. I'm gonna have to sacrifice the Direwolf at this point, but that's okay.
Weak-willed.
Time is against me.
Does this swap all Possessive Fires for 1 Horror? No. Possessive Fires would become Typhons, let's say. And then 100% no. You know, it's like if you can swap all 4 Possessive Fires and get a 27 card deck or whatever with 1 Malignant Horror, I still wouldn't do that. But if you could, you could think about it. But I definitely would not add 3 Tiny Fins to my deck, or 4 Tiny Fins to my deck to get 1 Malignant. No way. Malignant's really nice, but it's a common way for games to end. But it's not worth putting 4 useless cards in your deck by any means. Not in my view. That just you're gonna lose this weekend. You're not that wrong. I wish you were.
Ain't much, but it's
I
always
wish you were, but
me have that.
I mean, here's the point. Here's the point where unless we like top deck it, you do think about what Heaven said. You know, do you keep the Scourge in the mirror? And I said I don't think so. I don't think that's smart. But now having Scourge in our hand would possibly produce life from lifelessness. They played 2 Bone Mares. We have 2 Bone Mares in our deck, but we haven't drawn either of them. We want Scourge right now. Second Death Strike is kind of interesting. Certainly keeps us in this.
Out of my field!
Intel acquired.
Out of my field!
The big trouble here is they get 3 cards and we have 1 card.
Get 'em, boys.
So, we still need Scourge. Army of the Dead can keep us in the game. Well, that's pretty much it. At this point, Scourge is probably too slow, even if we draw it. We drew pretty badly. We didn't draw any of our 4 possessifiers. Not one. So that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Had some lofty aspirations for this deck, but we're not gonna get 7-0. We're certainly not gonna get 12-0. There's reasons when class is OP, usually no Death Knight rolls another before turn 9 unless they spam the 2/4 Reborn? What? Oh, I'm not sure if I understand your sense. Oh, I see what you're saying. Now you're sort of right, but you know, keeping a dead card in your hand for 9 turns is still a really easy way to end up in a losing position getting to like turn 7 versus keeping cheaper cards in your hand and being even or winning the game by turn 7. So I didn't keep it. It didn't work out, but in a different game it might have.
That for you.
Right, I was gonna say, I'm really curious how that last game would have gone if we'd drawn even one of our possessifiers in the mid-game.
An incredible discovery.
1 out of 4.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Skipper. It's Gravity Falls, isn't it?
I'm gonna win big.
Yeah. Oh, actually... Incidentally, yeah, Lightning had a message earlier that did get destroyed. Because Lightning had a message right as the 5 gifted subs were coming in. I just noticed Steam was open. I'm like, why is Steam open? His Lightning had asked about the game Astral Ascent. Asked whether I'd put it on my radar, put it on the Steam wish list. No, that one is not on the radar. Threw it on there. 86% positive reviews.
My certainty is gone.
Yeah, so
It's going to be
fresh.
okay. I can be very persuasive. One shot, one
Well, we're ahead on board, but they are massively outvaluing us at the moment.
I can be very persuasive. Would I lie?
Need one of these minions to live to land Bone Marrow on. Will almost always happen when they only have 6 mana.
The light dims, but we fight.
And says the opponent made a mistake, they could have kept it 2-3 actually. Yeah? Have to...
Yeah, so fresh.
Would I lie? Would I lie?
Alright, they got all the cards in the world, but I'm hoping they got no time. Risky change, that's out unfair, Death Knight? Well, if I was still undefeated, maybe. Now we got a loss.
What is it?
Okay. Lisa GG. They really got us pretty darn good. With me spending my hand so quickly, if they got the Witchwood Grizzly down as a 10-point taunt. They got us pretty good there, but fortunately, it wasn't enough. Speed over value.
You will know endless torment.
Now, legitimately, I'm thinking of keeping Scourge here just so that if the opponent plays, like, you know, the 1-mana 1/1s that get a random card from the enemy deck, at least they can't get Scourge.
Don't let the holidays distract you.
Oh, so the deck struggled a lot more than you expected. He's gonna identity theft you? I don't think in this meta, identity theft is... Is identity theft a Nathria card? Is it that new? Ooh. Or is it, no, or is it Stormwind? Wait, where does identity theft come from? I don't think it's in, though.
The damned stand ready.
Finally, so
Ancestors are useful.
you wish to live forever.
BrianKibler video comes up first when I try to look for it. Guess I want to prevent that buff. Identity theft was Nathria. It was Nathria. Nathria's not in right now. Right now I have 0 corpses for the Army of the Dead, but we instantly go to 4 corpses. Guy says, well met. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. Okay, so what do you think? I just think Scourge worth keeping along. We were just talking about in the other match. I feel like you definitely shouldn't keep Scourge if your opponent is a hunter or a demon hunter, at the very least. Do you keep it against priest? I said yes. Do you keep it against mage? I don't know. But yeah, fellow Death Knight is where I didn't keep it, and I did lose that match.
Intel acquired. It cannot attack again.
Looks like playing Thief, Rogue, and Stag right now. It's like Casino Arena, kind of fun. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I played a little bit of Pure Paladin with the Countess, get the 0-cost legendary discovery thing. I was having some fun with that. Yanks, right now I can't prevent them from drawing 3 cards. Now I can. Now I can. Nope. Almost missed 1 face damage.
I can be there.
It's sort of a weird spot, honestly, in terms of I've got these reborns that make the Scourge worse.
Oh, no tech.
That's a good draw.
The citadel stands strong.
Had a copy of the next card you put placed to your hand. I guess I'm not playing Scourge. I guess I'm not playing Scourge this turn.
Hey, I got you, friend.
My shield for Argon.
Sense your strength.
Out of my field.
Would I lie?
Magic? Yeah, I've heard of it.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
So, like 3 out of 3 or 4 out of 4 times we've actually had the Scourge in endgame. I haven't needed it. And the one time we haven't had the Scourge in the endgame, I did need it. Yep. 5 wins, 1 loss. Because I'm not your pal friend. I'm not your buddy guy. I think my favorite. Better to be overprepared than underprepared. Better to have it and not need it than need and not have it. Yes. Maybe would you need it if you didn't keep it. It's like the Matrix vase.
Arthas versus Morgul.
You will know endless torment.
Yeah. Is that in Matrix 1? Is that the there is no spoon scene? Is there any Genshin update save? What, just in general? I mean, the update is that, you know, I you know, because I was sick, I was just lying down. Today is the last day of the breakout event in Genshin,
Don't
and
let the holidays
I've only done
distract
step 1 out of 3, and so I'm gonna. I don't know how late we're doing this stream today. If we end up going really late on this stream, that could end up being the first Genshin event I never finish. Because it finishes in, like, 10 hours. So it's gonna take me, like, at least 2 hours to finish, I think. I don't know. Could end up being the first Genshin event I never finish.
My certainty is gone.
So Midnight Abyss says, oh no! Let's do them right. Be starting with part 2 of 3. Which says, don't worry about it, causes need to knock the vase off the counter. Right. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then... Yeah, because the line I was referring to is, you know... The thing that's gonna get to you or something is would you have done if I hadn't said anything? I said don't worry about it. The thing that'll get to you, would you have done if I hadn't said anything? Yeah. Guess Neophyte first over the Deathbringer, because they have a good answer to Deathbringer and not necessarily quite as good an answer to the 2-5 sort of. Devolve would have been good against the Deathbringer anyway, so pretty happy with how this turned out. Again, Raiden Deathbringer technically, but I guess it's just Death Speaker. With a little more mana, it'd be really sweet because it would take out the 3-1 with hero power. I just away after SP precious. I just said, like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago, Lightning. I mentioned it popped in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, Lightning's message did end up getting missed because Jensen gifted those 5 subs. What the? And I said, you know, because no, it didn't pop in my head. I realized it because Steam was open. Steam was open. I was like, why is Steam open? And now I remembered your message, and so had you know, like.
I can be very
86% positive reviews or something, so I threw it on there. It was not on there. Now it is. It says, did they say if they would do any more Matrix sequels? The last one was a huge success. Yeah. And yeah, it was disrupted by the pandemic too, right? You know, that was one of those movies that, you know, ended up being released like direct to HBO instead of having theatrical release type thing. Yeah, I certainly haven't heard of them trying to do another one. I wouldn't really expect it, but who knows? Matrix Resurrections, Future. Producer said there were no plans for Futures films.
Will the vision not guide me?
And he also says he'd be interested in not sequels, but like things that happen between Matrix 3 and 4. But yeah, I didn't hate Matrix 4, but it's not very good. But Scourge at any game? No. No. I think this will end up being the one, though. What? How have they done this?
Such glory.
How have they done this? This is very illegal. The thing is, even though they've done it, it's still presently not winning. In the last rematch, we had a chance to cast Scourge.
Warriors, come out.
What?
The Lich King has given me true power.
Mish's breast. You ever see a bone mare riding a bone mare? Yes, once.
The grave buys you no rest.
Still can't play Scourge you. So we're never gonna see the Scourge. When are we gonna get to the fireworks factory? Alright, 6 wins, 1 loss. Of course, this Riskin doesn't want you to play the Scourge. Like, they have it in hand, the game's like, let's give him the bone man, let's let him win, right? It's just a talisman that lets me win games down a card, which, hey, that's a pretty good talisman.
You will know endless torment.
There it is again. There it is again.
Happy Feast of Winter.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Quantum Redeemed 2007?
You.
Welcome to the future. The year is 2007.
I didn't see the redemption. It slipped past me 8 minutes ago. Lightning redeems the anime voice turn.
Here we are in the future, Yogi. It's 2007. It's 2007, and the new class is Death Knight. Just as was always foretold.
It's a joke, Joey. It's a joke from that game. That game was released in 2013. 2007 was already the past. Now it's 2023. Might make it funnier or less funny.
No, Yuki.
No, Yuki, if it was 2023, that would mean that our show came out like 23 years ago. That'd be ridiculous. Yuki, no. No, say it ain't so, Yugi.
I can be very persuasive.
Dream says, you hear about the latest Blizzard scam? But the Wind Ranger skin up to get different hero powers. Previously advertised, turns out the hero power was the same. Blizzard changed text to the shop. And yeah, as Lightning says, if you are truly unhappy about it, they will give you a refund on it. Now, and so if you're curious about their reasoning originally, that people disagreed with, and they went, yeah, okay. Their reasoning was that when you use your hero power, the Sylvanas plays the portrait plays a special animation. So you know, there's old portraits, like especially the recent Reno, that have a special animation directly on the hero power. Ragnaros also has a good one. But their reasoning was that if you use the hero power on Sylvanas, the Sylvanas portrait fires an arrow on the portrait animation. The artist here has one too.
Persuasive.
But yeah, if you're truly unhappy about it, they'll give you a refund. If you buy the portrait yourself, I did. Bought this one and the Sylvanas.
Yet.
I got you, friend.
Strictly.
Would I lie?
Yeah, Heaven says the Mal'Ganis portrait said New Year animation too, and didn't have it either. Yeah, on the Mal'Ganis one, does anybody know? Did they say, hey, we're gonna give refunds for this one too, or did they say, oh, that's a bug? Oh, that's a bug. Mal'Ganis is supposed to have a new hero power. We're gonna fix that type thing. Because that one was strange to me, because it's styled. It's styled like a hero that would have a special hero power. I guess I'll still buff this one, actually.
Would I lie?
I commend your skill.
It's gonna be okay.
There's not worry if I love Savjz was just a bit misleading. I hear you, and yeah, like I said, you still do get a special animation when you hero power. It's just not on the hero power. Sylvanas does the arrow shot animation, which I think is cool, but yeah. It'd be nice if at the same time, you know, like on this legendary Arthas, even if it was something minor, like when you use the hero power, it just did like, you know, a green aura around the hero power, just something minor. It'd be nice if it did both, considering their ultra premium portraits. I agree.
Welcome to the cult.
My shield. Would I lie?
We got our talisman. We got our talisman that says you win the game without playing this card. Seven wins, one loss. Then we actually get to a different hero power mechanic. Oh, I mean, it didn't say new hero power, did it? It said hero power animation, which it kind of doesn't. It kind of does, but yeah. Here's the Scourge.
Arthas versus the Lich King.
Oh yeah, I had to stare at this. But that big picture, yeah, so
You will know endless torment.
yeah, Mirage on bitch. Hey. And even for The Simpsons, that's the same guy using the pedal effects to make his guitar talk, right? And it's not working either. He's just like, I said, do you feel like... He's just pounding on the pedal. Do you feel?
Me have that for you.
Savjz, look at you. I think there's like his shrug or something. Homer Simpson smiling politely. He says, isn't it ironic the two legendary portraits are at least so closely linked to one another? Do you want the real answer? Are you looking for the real answer or the fake answer? The real answer is that, you know, there's no irony at all. The real answer is that, you know, they were doing the Death Knight prologue, and they had the legendary Arthas for it, and you fight against Sylvanas. And they did the legendary portrait for her at the same time, because they had the voice actors in, and the timing made sense. So there's no irony here at all. It's very deliberate. Hey, this deck is Scourge never gets played. It's been in our hand like 6 times. 6 times out of like 8 games. That sure to be played flawlessly. Yeah. So, and that's boy, what season is that? That might be season 11. Just guessing. It's you know it's a guest star loaded episode. It has kind of a lot of silly stuff, which makes me think that it is at least season 9 forward. There's a lot of good gags in it, even so. It's near the edge of my Simpsons perception.
My shield for Argon.
I probably should hit this in advance. It makes it tougher for him to get a good clone off of it. So what the heck is this deck? Season 7, actually. Really? That surprises me.
Ready to fight for a better future?
It definitely has enough guest stars and stuff that I would have placed it after that, 100%.
I can be there.
It's actually season finale. Interesting. Interesting. I feel... I'm not sure what season this one is either. I feel like that episode where Homer like skydives into Alec Baldwin's house and Ron Howard is there. I always put that one as like the turning point of, you know, okay, now they have celebrities for celebrity's sake. Homer, we're out of vodka. What episode was that? That was... So that was season 10. And it was originally going to be an episode for season 9. So yeah, I feel like those are like the same era of episodes. Yeah, interesting. Interesting that other one is earlier than I would think. Let's say if I watched Star Wars and loved it. Glad you loved it. You guys are watching Star Trek. She started from Enterprise to the original. It depends on a lot of things. It genuinely does. It depends on how dang, that was the best target.
None can falter.
That was it can hit the immune, right? It can hit the immune, it can, and that's the best target from our perspective. Face is second best for us. These are third best. Hitting the 2/4, 1 in 6 is super sad. But yeah, it depends on what your tolerance is for 1960s television. It's very colorful. It's very, very campy. It's pretty silly for the most part. It depends on how much of a completionist you are. There's a lot of things you can do. You don't have that much tolerance, so if you don't have that much tolerance, then I would not suggest trying to watch every episode of Star Trek from the start, because if you don't have that much tolerance, it's 3 seasons of stuff you don't have much tolerance for. What you can do, however,
is you can you could look up a best of list. You could look up a best of list to get a taste of it, to at least know what they were doing back then, get a perception of the characters. For the original series, you would want to watch Balance of Terror, Trouble with Tribbles, and Mirror. Those would probably be the three. I have to think if there's other ones that are important or critical. Trying to figure out what we're doing here. I want every Army of the Dead. I have to throw away the Shambling Zombie. Guess we can do this. You're seeing lots of confirmation on the runes situation today.
I can be very persuasive.
What do you mean? oh, yeah. People linking where that interview came from type thing. Paraphrase the question. Wait, disable signatures. That's just silly. Yeah, I mean, even if you hate them, you can't. You have no option to get rid of them. Non-disenchantable. That's actually a great draw because we've got the hand buff card.
A wisdom donor.
Creating the 2-1 into the 4-4 could kind of make sense, but if they put the 4-4 into a 3-3, yeah. That Bone Guard commander they played was pretty good. It didn't work out for them. Just recommend you check out Eek the Cat Big Brain Show. Is this an older show? It sounds familiar from a long time ago. Yeah, 1994. Although it also feels like something I never... The series is not available on Disney Plus. I recognize this cat. I recognize this gray cat. But I couldn't tell you more than that. Just it's always there. But it's still no Scourge. We're Scourge deck 8-1. We're gonna take another 3-minute break here. So it's playing for 2 hours. Let's see. Like I said, I just saw a non-signature version of the top Hearthstone today. Legit looks better than the signature. More colorful. It's more colorful. It was swallowed until the Tony Hawk episode. I like it from that point. I can't bore into you. Boy, I don't know if I even remember the Tony Hawk episode. Okay. I'm gonna take that 3-minute break. What was the name? Oh, yeah. It was just to wrap up what I was saying, Quam, yeah. You could look up, like, the best 3 episodes of the original series. And you could look up like a best of list for next generation type thing. But yeah, if you're not interested in the older stuff, you can jump right into the new stuff. You can just watch Star Trek Strange New Worlds that came out this past year. I was saying this year until yesterday. But Strange New Worlds, it's 10 episodes, it's brand new, and it doesn't really need prior context. So you can jump into new stuff if you don't have much tolerance for old stuff. And then if you're interested, you can go back and look at the old stuff, you know? We're back. We're back in 3 minutes. 8 wins, 1 loss. If you reach 11-1, Knights with the Scourge, you over trade play, and I'm gonna lose. Yeah, like David said, yeah. Wacky had said that they had opened 2 hard packs, not a single signature. I was gonna say, yeah, you've only gotten a little unlucky, really, since the odds. I think it's 1 in 179. Because I think the odds of Golden Legendary and Signature Legendary are both 179 now instead of 180. Thank you much to the Admiral with 62 months of sub. Admiral with the Founder Badge. One of the longest supporters of the stream.
Excellent decision.
Actually, well, it's the Admiral. It's the Admiral. Let's push this one.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Press a Star Wars 1. Press a Star Wars 1 for Admiral Imperial. Yes, Happy New Year to you. Hope it treats you well. Oh, and also good to see Queen. Good to see Queen Ace. Says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well.
Awaits you.
Says away with the slooch.
You will know endless torment.
Here's the tough call again. Here's the tough call. If I keep the Scourge, I might lose on turn 7 against this opponent 8-win Death Knight. If I toss the Scourge, I might lose on turn 11 by never drawing the Scourge. And just keep it. I have a feeling I'm gonna lose on turn 7 if I keep it. Queen with 16 months of sub. Yeah, we got the Admiral with the sub. We got Queenie with the sub. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds to attempt to trigger a hype train if any third person does something. And 2 subs make a hug. Very much I do appreciate it. I already said Happy New Year, but, you know, now I mean it. Now I mean it. I didn't mean it before the sub. Now I mean it. Happy New Year to you, Queen. Didn't choose 100 bits to attempt to start the hype train. It will be at, like, I think it's literally 69% for 2 subs and 100 bits. I think it's 69. Rick says, incestuous hug. You're allowed to hug your sister. That's fine. It is 69%. 69% the level 1 of the hype train. Thank you, Finn, with the 100 bits. This is the Luke. I'm the X-Wing. I'm the X-Wing, so you can be Luke if you want. Yeah, whatever. Says playing Purifier and a Death Knight deck. Trying to think about the implications of this. Okay, Worm Rest Purifier, right? I had to remind myself which Purifier you mean, because when you say Purifier, I'm thinking of just Purify. Right, transform all neutral cards in your deck into random class cards, which can get you triple rune cards. Triple rune cards from the, all 3 types of Death Knights. Yeah, that is very interesting. That is very interesting and pretty frightening, as you say. As you say, pretty frightening. We're gonna go Skulker Sidekick. Yeah, I mean, maybe we want to keep the coin around.
Strictly.
Maybe. Maybe. Alright, and since I haven't watched this stream since last year, sorry I had to. Hey, no, you are in the clear. You are in the clear, because, you know, I had to do it too. You know, we raided Politely Wicked last night, so of course I had to say, you know, oh, I'm so sorry I haven't raided you all year for the last 8 minutes. I had to do it too. Alright. Thank you very much with the 5 months of sub, almost upgraded to the green badge, almost. And again, the hype train. The hype train exactly over the line to the completed level 1. So, if you don't have all the level 1 hype train emotes and you sub or cheer 100 bits or gift a sub right now, get a level 1 hype train emote. I definitely have all the level 1 emotes, but I don't know if you do. Also, well done. Mix it up a bit. Mix it up a bit with some rapidly incoming subs. Scalavancer. Oh.
My shield for Argus.
Window of one.
So fresh.
If this is true, the arena will only be standard from now on. That is not what I've heard. I hope that's not true. I sure hope that's not true. But that's not what I've heard. But maybe it could be true. I don't know. Maybe it's... They said they were going to talk about something in the new year and with the delayed leaderboard and stuff. I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true, because if it was true, I went and bought all those Golden Wild bundles. But, I have not heard that. They did say that the next rotation will be either standard or close to standard. Now, that doesn't mean every rotation forever. It just means next rotation. But yeah. The next rotation, the one with the Lich King mini set. That one is supposed to be pretty standard-esque. But not necessarily everyone. Shadowing will cost $2 per tree, but the only mode still costs money. Take 5 points to your crit score for every run under 7 wins. Right, except if you go over 7 wins, it actually starts like super increasing your crit score, and so there's this whole like how far do I want to go with this sentence, you know? And so actually, if you're good at arena, you know, it can really help you get like a house loan that you couldn't get before, you know. So get good at arena. Get good at arena. I mean, trust me, you're gonna need this. I can coin Scourge next turn. We keep the coin. Means not playing. Means not playing the Neophyte this turn, but I guess that's fine. Yes, butlers, as they say, Happy New Year. Have a good one, you too. Happy New Year to you. So, Fluoride for the Variety channel. I appreciate that. I don't get, like, direct alerts about that, but sometimes I get emails. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. You want to get on a level 1 hype train? Just a heads up. It's coming to a close. Let's pull out of the station. Says that's perhaps what you misinterpreted, but it was in response to someone saying the sets are too mismatched. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to see the quote again, but I'd have to see the direct quote, but yeah, it sounded like the next rotation would be more like that. Fix has their sub, gets on the level 1 hype train with 30 seconds left. It's 2023. Let's see if Rhea survives another year. Oh dear. Oh dear. My shoulder. Let go of my shoulder. Well, I'm still not gonna Scourge it here. Still not gonna Scourge it. To save any games in 2023 already on your radar? I'm sure there's a few. I mean, there's definitely a few. You know, which ones are top priority for me? Jedi Survivor, the Fallen Order sequel. You know, Star Wars that's even half decent gets very high on my radar. Bert says Haze 2. Is that confirmed for 2023 though, or might it get pushed back to like 2024? I don't know about that. Yeah, Haze 2 is big on the radar whenever it happens to be done. The Shannon smoke feels amazing. He's looking at a big American flag. 6 undead. Unfortunately, this one... Oh, no, it's not. It's not. I'm like, unfortunately, this one's a battle cry, isn't it? No, it's not. Alright, alright. I don't have a frost spell on the deck, unfortunately, but a shadow spell, a poison, some lifesteal. Not that bad. Not that bad. Could be worse for sure. Alright, we finally played Scourge. Finally played Scourge after 9 games. Diablo 4, Starfield. Oh boy, Starfield finally is coming out, isn't it? It was supposed to come out this past year. 5 out of 16 AAA games you're looking forward to. Yeah, you know, I'm not even that into Diablo, but hopefully Diablo 4 will be good. Because I was excited about Diablo 4, but we know about battle passes. Yeah, I think supposedly they're cosmetic, but I don't know. We'll see. I agree with you, not trusting anything. But yeah, Jedi Survivor's high up there for me. There's that one kind of Souls-like game. I always forget the name of it. We streamed the demo of it. I don't know if that one's high on my list, but it's just something that comes to mind. There's another one. There's another one that's high on my personal list. That actually comes back as a 2.5, so it's not even that good for him. Oh, they're gonna do another Remorseless Winter, though. Oh, a Street Sweeper, actually. Okay, that's still pretty good. Ah, they missed the attack into the Thessarian. Okay.
A whiskey donor.
So yeah, one that's on my radar that would not be on most people's radars probably is the Telltale-esque Star Trek game. Star Trek, what's the name of it? Star Trek Resurgence, maybe? Is it Resurgence? But, yeah, it's a story-based Star Trek game done in the Telltale style with some of the former Telltale devs. Which, yeah, you know, Star Trek, so it's not gonna be on most people's radars, but it's on my radar. It may not end up being any good, but I hope it's good. Buy the Ebon Blade after buying Magni's Beard, after buying the Ebon Blade, and buying Magni's Beard, and buying the Holy Light. Yeah, they ask you to buy a lot of stuff in Hearthstone these days. Look at his Resurgence, yeah, so I'm interested in that. It's done in a next generation style aesthetic and time period. Could I? Like, is there a way I could have guaranteed lethal there if I didn't do damage to their minion? Yeah, fixes me at lethal, but whatever. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Spurges, like my stories and games. But those games don't feel enough like either for the taste. The Telltale stuff in general, I hear you, you know. I like the Telltale stuff, but a lot of it was not quite good enough for me to be super interested in. The first season of The Walking Dead is really, really good. I liked quite a bit of the other Telltale stuff, but only that first season of The Walking Dead is, like, truly special. Wolf Among Us is pretty good. Yeah, I like Wolf Among Us. Although the most memorable part of Wolf Among Us, for me, it happened to other people. You know, I had already played it. I saw the playthrough by two best friends play, and they made the same exact mistake I did. And apparently, a lot of people make is that when you're talking to are you talking to the woodsman or are you talking to Grendel? I think you're talking to the woodsman. But, you know, just the lag. Oh, was that from the game engine? No, that's not it. It's just you're talking with like the woodsman at the bar, and then they're commiserating about all the issues the big bad wolf and the woodsman have had, you know, over the decades of fantasy. And, you know, you're both getting a little drunk, and, you know, he's telling you some honest truths, some harsh truths about himself. And you get an option while he's like, you know, whining about his life. You get an option that says, like, either glass him or do nothing. And my interpretation of glass him and a lot of other people's interpretation is, oh, glass him up, give him another glass, give him his next drink. And you hit glass him and you smash him in the face with your existing beer mug. and you get to a fight. And it's like, no, that's not what I meant to do. That's the most memorable part of that game, is accidentally smashing a glass mug into somebody's face. I wanted to do the exact opposite. Glass mug can be nuke him, though. It can. Nuke the woodsman from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. 9 wins, 1 loss. Good to Sponge, by the way, if I didn't say so. Sponge does stream Hearthstone Arena. I may have said that twice. Watched your video today about study been done where people enjoyed studies. Well, I watched a YouTube video today about a study that had been done where people enjoyed stories. Sorry, I read studies twice. People enjoyed studies that had been spoiled? People enjoyed stories that had been spoiled more than those that had not. Made me think of you, Save. That is interesting. You know, I am typically very anti-spoiler. There's a ton of things that I've seen in games and shows and movies that I'm like, wow, I'm glad that wasn't spoiled for me. There was an exception recently. It was Lyra that told me about it. Lyra had watched the show The Devil's Hour. And said that only the last episode was really any significantly good type thing. And it's like, you could just watch the last episode. It stands alone pretty okay. And it's something I wouldn't typically do, but I'm like, okay, fine, you know what, I'll take a look. And I took a look, and the first 40 minutes or so stand on their own. The very end kind of doesn't. But I enjoyed it well enough, and I went back and look. I still have not gone through the middle episodes of the show, but I watched like the first 2, and yeah, I would probably not have enjoyed the first 2 episodes of that show if the ending wasn't spoiled for me. But because I had already watched the last episode and I knew the ending, I went, oh, actually, this is cool. I like this. And you know, the meta spoiler for that show. I'm not gonna say exactly what the ending is, but it's set up in such a way that it looks like either a ghost show or a like schizophrenia show, or maybe a combination. And it's not really either of those things. But you know, I'm not big into like ghost shows, and so if I thought it was a ghost show, which is what it's set up to look like, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. I probably would have turned it off. But it turns out to be something I like a lot more than that. Which movies had alternate endings? Which version you were watching? Oh yeah, let's see, I can tell by the camera angle. This is the one where Indy dies at the end. He doesn't get the arc. We had 2 new follows. Thank you, WJ with the follow, and also Kodo with the follow. Seen Lost from people being super into that series back then. Yeah, which I know the ending of Lost. There's a lot of other stuff I know about Lost, but I haven't seen it. This is the second time today we've seen a shaman specifically play a 1-mana Sunwell on turn 4. History repeats itself. Dedicate that last win, by the way. Dedicate that last win to Fix, and Henk, and Finn, and Queenie, and the Admiral. Everybody on that little hype train earlier. Fix is pretty sure we spoiled the pack death rates to be broken before the draft. Did that increase or decrease your enjoyment? Well, you know, I've said before and I'll say again. I really will. That, you know, is Death Knight too strong in Arena? Sure. But am I happier? Am I happier with Death Knight right now being at number 1 instead of getting nerfed into the ground and being number 11? Like when Demon Hunter came out and got nerfed into the ground from number 1 to, like, last spot? I am. I want the new class to be playable. I want the new class to be number 1. Now, I wish I had a 55% win rate instead of 60% win rate, but... Because they disagree with the spoiled thing. The last book you read spoiled a good 1/3 of the book on the back cover fluff. Oh, you look at the summary and ruined it, huh?
That didn't go as
Bunch says the culture we love, remakes and reboots. Well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to think about one example there of something that went against the preconception, and a lot of people didn't like it, you know. I'm gonna spoil it. I suppose, because I can't really talk about it without spoiling it. Yeah, they did that. Man of Steel. They did Man of Steel, where, you know, the way they set it up is that Superman either has to kill somebody or some people are gonna die, and then he kills the person. And a lot of people didn't like that. They want to super stick to the Superman doesn't kill people thing. And despite not liking the Snyderverse, I didn't have a problem with that scene. I looked at that scene, I went, yeah, I think that's a good set. And Superman's not happy about it. He's very unhappy about it. But some people really hated that scene. I was okay with it, but not everybody was. But that's a reboot that goes against a lot of the previous material. You know, they wouldn't have had Christopher Reeve's version do that. But yeah. Just something going against the conception, people being against it. You like Black Adam? I haven't seen it. Supposedly it's put on HBO. So maybe I will watch it. I saw a brief clip from it. My two thoughts were, oh, this looks bad, and oh, this movie is super brown. Brown as in the color scheme is very mute. I'm like, this looks like Call of Duty. So my initial impression was really bad, but I haven't watched it yet. There's Superman's good before in the comics too. Yeah, I imagine. I mean, over decades. Didn't enjoy a movie and books more on the second viewing / reading. See, that's not me. I don't replay games almost ever, unless there's alternate endings. Now I will rewatch movies and shows. I will. But that's not me. That's not me at all. So folks, what would happen? Enjoy the little things. Replay Hearthstone once or twice. That's not true. Not true. Like my 5th Hearthstone game ever. Just like sitting through 2.5 hours of movie and 15 minutes to the credits. See a scene where it's like, Garp. Return soon, meaning 9 movies. Howard the Duck will return. That's what they said at the end of the George Lucas Howard the Duck. They were right. They were right.
I have things you never knew you wanted.
Because there are different levels of spoiling. There are different levels of spoiling. And learning the art of spoiler foo can be important. You know, because there's meta spoilers, right? You know, I talked more directly about the Man of Steel ending, but I could say, you know, something that would let you make a reasonable guess. I say, you know, Man of Steel subverted a core tenet, of Lethal, right? But once again, we don't use Scourge. Once again. Oh well, we used it one time. But yeah, if I said, you know, Man of Steel does something, Superman does something he doesn't usually do, you know, you're gonna think, well, either like he kills somebody or he eats a sandwich out of it. Scourge is the mascot of the deck, cheering us on from the sidelines. You thought you could bone me? Here it is, back from the dead. Back from the dead, baby! Good luck to Houseman, yeah. Hence I enjoy accidentally spoiling the lady. Take care of with wrong information. Watch the movie. He's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that too. You know, it has to be wildly out there, right? Because it can't just be. It can't just be the thing that happens in reverse. You know. the worst version would be, you know, like, you know, hey, you know, this is definitely not a movie where Luke dies. What? What do you mean by that? Who? Where? Is there talisman? Yeah, I got a fast start. And so you watch the Witcher spin-off. Critics say it's terrible. Oh, is that the animated one? They put that out? I didn't even realize they put it out. I had to watch Doom Patrol. I really like Doom Patrol, and they've been putting out the 4th season, but I haven't caught any of it yet. That's something I really need to watch. This is live action. Wait, really? Now, I don't know anything about this. I need to watch Glass Onion, too. I just opened up Netflix, so I got Glass Onion at the top of my queue. The Witcher Blood Origin. Yeah, it's just... here's the...
Will the vision...
I don't know what the show is. I don't really know what the show is, but let me try to take a screenshot here.
For the Dark Lord! For the Dark Lord!
Me have that for you.
Hey, I got you, friend.
See if I can get this screenshot. I don't know what this show is,
They
so
need our care. Now more than ever.
it's still immediately just the logo doesn't encourage me that much. This is Witcher Blood Origin, and you know, I'm just like, oh, I can make this even bigger. Yeah, well, I don't know, like is this guy just wearing like a dark green T-shirt? Is he actually has an axe? I thought he had a staff, but like, is this just some guy? Some guy wearing like a T-shirt?
Certainty is gone.
What is this? Huh? Yeah. Oh, we're dead. I was hoping this coin possessifier would work out, but it's sure not gonna work out. Try what your own show. Don't need to do it. Well, I need to do it, but I'm not even killing the minions I planned.
Time is against me.
Plan was to kill all the little 1/1s. I can't do it. Yeah, switch his origins. He had a flashy wardrobe yet. All he had was his wolf necklace, his green T-shirt, and his cell phone. This is in the first Witcher book. You not read the first Witcher book? This is your first run of the day. It's unfortunately the second run of the day. We started 0-1 with a deck we drafted last night. The phrase "you still need to do it" comes up here again. You know, I wanna buff the Swarm Guard, but we don't have time for that. There's not the long Skinker green shirts that we were talking about yesterday. The yeah.
Welcome here.
Talking about the Kirk gold that might be a little of a greenish yellow, and then the actual Kirk green wraparound tunic they brought back for one episode of Star Trek Enterprise, and they brought back for one episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. They don't usually use green on Star Trek, but the tunic is an exception. Alright, so how dead are we? Very dead or very, very, very dead? It looks terrible. You don't like the green tunic? You don't like the green tunic? Mm-hmm. People also making fun of that gun thing. Yeah, it was a good prototype dice. I think Fix said. Yeah, they only use this in like one episode.
I sense your struggle. Finally, my ancestors are
You think it looks terrible on Scott Bakula specifically? You know, the Jeffries tubes. We have to understand these tubes can be filled with an enormous amount of Starfleet information.
Inside voices, please.
That was a good silence. That was a good silence. In here again. The hawk.
A wisdom donor.
My shield for Argon. Weak-willed.
Let's eat.
Is they got a proper zoo deck?
Ready to fight.
Blew me up with it. 2 turns before we can even try to Scourge. I'm in Starfleet? Oh boy. There were definitely clips of that made. You can still find them on YouTube, right? But it's those it's those YouTube videos that say, you know, 16 years ago, and they're in like 240p. Alright. 10 wins, 2 losses. Oh, actually, we should pay out that prediction too. The prediction was for, will this deck go at least 9 wins? And it did. Round, put 100,000 channel points on yes it will. And Mal had been the detractor. Alright. But yeah, thanks, Six, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. See, am I saying the chat? Bipolar had their first time chat. Glad to have you. So she looked like a legend. The Legend of Zelda trailer from 2008. Oh, from 2008 YouTube. Also old YouTube. Yeah. Guess it also looks like one of the super fake posters cycling around the 2010s.
Arthas versus
Similar.
the Lich King.
Awaits you.
On Quasar, they just watched Glass Done last night. It was pretty entertaining. Yeah, hopefully I'll watch it soon. Maybe tomorrow when we're not streaming. The night after the stream, I'm gonna, as long as we don't go crazy late, I'm gonna try to finish the event in Genshin Impact that ends tonight. And yes, if I didn't miss Alex, Alex said Happy New Year. I did miss that, I'm afraid, even though you tagged me. So Happy New Year to Alex. With the Crouching Tiger and Witcher. Oh, see, that's why I missed it. I was trying to bring up that Witcher image. John also mentioned that Superman vs. the Elite is good when Superman gets pushed outside the comfort zone. Shows what he could do if he were a worse person. You know, it happens more than once. I'm not sure if they have the line or a similar line in Superman vs. the Elite, which I did see, but I don't remember crazy well. is, yeah, it wouldn't have been Superman vs. the Elite. I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s. The 90s show or the early 2000s, but there's, I think it's when Superman is fighting Darkseid, and he's not on Earth. He's on, you know, he's on Apocalypse Planet or whatever, and you know, you get the bit where he's like, you know, now I can really cut loose. I hold back on Earth because I don't want to blow stuff up. So that's always entertaining. They do it pretty often, but... This used to be a 3-3. I could have killed this. I could have killed this like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so there's movies which build up entirely to a single twist. Right, like The Sixth Sense. It turns out that guy was Bruce Willis the whole time.
Let's eat.
Just gotta sacrifice this.
Very persuasive.
Hey, Johnson's the cardboard speech. Yeah, those are always entertaining. Superman vs. the Elite. Superman gives a partial bounty to a guy with brain powers by using the guy's own eyes as lens for the heat vision. So, which is not the only time they've done that either. Because they did that in the late 90s, early 2000s as well, in an alternate timeline, where Lois Lane ends up in, you know, one of the evil Justice League universes, and then the evil Justice League Superman lobotomizes, I think, Lobo? I think he lobotomizes Lobo, and Lois is horrified, and he's like, what? What? I do that all the time. It stops the criminals forever. You watch the first Glass Onion for the new one to make sense. I would guess no. Yeah, there's a couple of references about it. Yeah, it's you know, it's a mystery type thing, unless they have a bunch of you know, I'm guessing the only returning character really is Daniel Craig's character. So I wouldn't expect at all that you need to have seen the first one. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You might as well if you have access to it, but...
Ain't much.
But Justice Lord Superman was against Doomsday, not against Lobo. They're both gray. That's seriously it. That's seriously it. I have an image of him, like, holding up a big gray alien thing. I went with Lobo instead of Doomsday.
Out of my field!
I'm just gonna smack him in the face, I guess. Alright, they go down to 12 health. We got that dragon out of your field. Just coming out with a musket.
Looks like I'm here just in time.
They're dead. 11 wins. It's a DC characters here. They're too powerful or too boring. That's where only they want is a decent balance, being somewhat human, right? It's just he's rich. He's just rich. God says the main 7 Justice League characters referred to as the gods of DC. Wait, does that include like Hawkman? Sink says, I get this Death Knight skin. I don't know if they're still selling this skin or not. But the way I get this skin is to give Blizzard $25. But I'm not sure if you can still buy it in the shop or if it's gone now. But yeah, it was out for like the 2 weeks before Death Knight came out. I'm not sure if it's still available. Have you seen Young Justice? I've not. I'm aware. I'm aware that Young Justice came out and was out for like 2 seasons or something, and they canceled it. And when asked why they canceled it, they said it was too popular with girls. People got upset, I think, understandably. And then they brought it back, and they brought it back. I don't know if it's gone again now, but yeah, one of these rare uncanceled shows. All right, yes, David's a DBZ. We do. We are legally required to say, and actually, it'll be a good time to take a break, I suppose, which we often do at 11:02. All right, will this deck, this champion of we've played the Scourge one time. This champion of we've played the Scourge one singular time of a deck, go 12 wins. Or will it be Shout on the Rocks of another Zoo Warlock that kills us on turn 7? Find out next time on Save File 17. As the last slot, usually Cyborg or Hawkman is interchangeable based on the story. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter is the canonical 7. Yeah, Martian Manhunter still gets used less than the rest of the list in kind of the mainstream stuff, at least so far. Not pushed quite as hard on the more general audiences. Okay. We will go ahead and take a 2.5 minute break. 2.5 minute break. Come back, see if this last match works out.
Arthas versus the Lich King.
Great destiny awaits you. You will know endless torment.
That queue was shorter than I expected. I still had a bite of food in my mouth. Thought I was gonna get more time. Him says, saved, still have the dog. What was his name? He's Scruffy. Scruffy is still with us. He's an old boy. He's an old boy, but he made it through another Christmas. I'm kind of worried. That it might be Scruffy's last Christmas. I mean, he was an old boy, 3 years ago. Now he's a very old boy. But
Grab your shield. It's
Scruffy's still with us. He's still a good boy. He came on stream 3 days in a row, like a month ago, but he doesn't want to come on stream at all this month, I don't think.
Don't let the holidays distract you.
Especially the dog lived to 19 this year. That is way above the above the bell curve type thing. I don't think I've ever had a dog live above 15. I don't think so. Well, Scruffy is stage fright all of a sudden. Yeah, Scruffy, he hasn't come on the stream very often, much in the last couple of years, period. Yeah, that was the dog lived to 17. Yeah, 17 is still really high up there. But, yeah, 19's crazy. Like the man's a threaten.
The Lich King has given me true power.
You demand a threaten, you gotta threaten. Donnie's spin out with Scruff. Yeah, especially if it was a toy fox terrier. Yeah, I mean, it's gotta be a smaller dog. It's gotta be a smaller dog. Bigger dogs, don't even make it to 15. The Scourge on 8, let's go. Maybe. Let's see if we're forced to coin before then. Yeah, so, so he said they were surprised V for Vendetta was based on a comic, which I think I knew, but I hadn't given much thought to. Yeah, the most surprising one in terms of that type of thing, I would say, is still that Tom Cruise movie, Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow, whichever way you want to call it, is based on a Japanese. I think it was a light novel, not like a manga, right? But it was based on a Japanese light novel called All You Need Is Kill. I think that's still kind of the most surprising one. It just seems like kind of a big budget Tom Cruise movie. Like, wait, it's based on a Japanese thing? Really? Really? Prisoner Coin Deathbringer would not be a bad play. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Finally, my ancestors are useful.
I got you, friend.
So there's an awesome 2-pound comic book scene where there's an evil Superman from another universe called Superboy Prime, which is Superboy is Superman's son, right? Fighting the entire Green Lantern Corps. Oh, yeah, I saw you had a message. You mentioned another one where power level scaling the story, where you say like Wonder Woman beat Superman 1-on-1 because it was necessary for the story, which happens in all types of media. It happens in Star Wars to a degree in terms of like sometimes Luke Skywalker could like jump over up to a 3-foot a 3-story building or something, and sometimes he could only jump 1 story. Sometimes Luke could like pull down a Star Destroyer like Star Killer. Sometimes he couldn't do anything. We're close to that. But yeah, the thing that Star Wars really has, more so than Star Trek has, Star Trek sort of has it, is speed. Speed. Hyperdrives in Star Wars travel at exactly the speed of plot. So, if you need to get from one side of the galaxy to another by the end of a movie, or by the next scene of a movie, you can in Star Wars, because the engines move at the speed of plot. Versus, which class is the best chance in Arena? Rogue, Demon Hunter, or Shaman? You think Rogue now? I don't know if Demon Hunter has a higher win rate than Rogue right now. Rogue is a lot of fun right now, but I don't think it's actually that high in win rate. Gold boys, press 1, 2. I think it was Korean. Wait, are we talking about All You Need Is Kill? Oh, I'd be really surprised if I'm wrong about that, but I'm willing to be wrong. I thought for sure it was Japanese. All you need is kill. Japanese author. Japanese author. Japanese corporation. If you were still talking about All You Need Is Kill. I only get 2 of these here. Why didn't I play Body Bagger first? I would have got 1 extra. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake at 11-2. Would I have got 1 extra? It would have had space. Slenderman, good to see you. Happy New Year. There's a reason for them to be at 11 wins. Here's a reason for me to be at 11 wins, but it's actually not true, because we've only played this card once. Yeah, it's Scourge versus Astalor.
Yeah, so fresh.
can play Astalor right now, technically, for 8 damage instead of 16, but I really doubt they will unless they have no other thing. Did you keep the Scourge opening hand? I did. I did, and good to see Rosebud. Happy New Year to you, if I haven't already said it. Okay, so... do we want to coin Scourge? Almost definitely. It's our best chance to win, right? I need to... oh, I can't even sacrifice this one. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do this.
Very persuasive.
Miss Viola, if you read the Star Wars novels, which one is any good? They're all kind of trash. Now, you know, people will point to the Thrawn trilogy, which kind of restarted Star Wars in the 90s. It's very fair. It's very fair to point to the Thrawn trilogy and say that's a good one. But yeah, I don't know if there's any Star Wars books that I would hold up and say, this is good literature. There's a lot of ones that are just enjoyable. They're enjoyable if you like Star Wars stories. I could list a billion of those. But yeah, I'm honest. Somebody asked this the other day. I'm honestly not sure if there's any truly standout stories where it's like, that is the good one. Do I still have Lethal ever here? I can give up 2 of these. So yeah, right? Actually, even that would have worked. Well, they got that Astalor, but no time to play it. Frankly, I've never found the Scourge to be all that necessary to the process. We used it one time across the maximum number of games in a row, once you get ties. Yeah. I missed a redemption of an anime voice-driven pizza. Apologies for that. I'll refund you on it. But yeah, we got the 12 wins. It was a crazy good deck. We just had like 5 pretty bad decks in a row. But this one gets the 12. Good to see it. Good to see it after some very poor runs. And this was our first draft of 2023. The previous draft was drafted in 2022. So the first draft of 2023 goes really well. Good to see it. Okay. Sponge says, one of the Discovery episodes, you could just jump from one side of the galaxy to the other. Yeah, that's Discovery, though. That's Discovery with the Spore Drive. We got 2 packs, we got a gold in common. Now, if you're desperate for gold, this is a terrible reward. We got 87,000 gold, so I'm not too concerned about gold. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. If you're strapped for gold, you may not be.